Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. For the last few years, the noise around artificial intelligence has been, well, just deafening. Every week there's a new model, a new capability, a new promise.
It was a lot, but 2025.
Right?
That was the year the conversation really changed. We used to talk about possibilities, and suddenly we were talking about constraints.
And that is the absolute core of our source material today. Sydney Armani's big reflection on the year in the AI World Journal. Armani argues that 2025 wasn't another explosion of ideas. It was a structural maturation.
That's the perfect way to put it. The theme is this. AI stopped being a future narrative,
Right.
and it became present-day infrastructure. Think of it like, moving from the blueprints of a skyscraper to actually digging the foundation.
And then realizing the local power company literally can't handle the building you're planning.
Exactly that. The whole challenge gets reframed.
So the big question shifted from if AI worked to where, how, and maybe most importantly, at what cost it operated. So today, we're going to walk you through the 5 biggest structural shifts that define 2025.
And then we'll lay out the 5 big mandates for 2026. And we have to start with the physical reality of it all.
Let's do it. The new infrastructure battleground. The sources are, they're completely clear that generative AI is now inseparable from chips.
It really is. And this wasn't just about making things a little faster. It was about the models themselves getting bigger and more complex. We're so far beyond text and images now.
We're talking about AI that can model source code, high-resolution video, even complex scientific problems.
And that kind of capability comes with an unimaginable compute appetite. It just surged beyond anything the conventional cloud could handle.
So the silicon itself, the advanced GPUs, the custom accelerators, it stopped being a commodity part.
It became the most strategic asset on the planet. And it's not just the chip, right? It's the whole stack.
What do you mean by the whole stack?
Everything. The high bandwidth memory feeding the chip, the networking that connects thousands of them together, the software that runs on top of it all. If you control that entire vertical stack.
From design all the way to manufacturing.
Yes. Then you gain incredible leverage. In speed, in cost, in security. If a country or a company controls its silicon, it gets to define the next decade. If it doesn't,
it's just dependent on someone else. When you say there's a geopolitical layer here, are we talking about real friction, or is this just a supply chain headache?
Oh, it's absolutely friction. It's economic and strategic. Losing control means your research teams are waiting months longer for the hardware they need to train the next model.
And that delay isn't just an inconvenience.
No, it's losing market share. It's losing competitive advantage. The chip is the new oil, and we know exactly where the control points are now.
Which brings us directly to the physical backbone of all this, the data centers. If the chips are the nerves, the data centers are the body.
And in 2025, that body was under serious strain. Armani calls AI a physical infrastructure challenge, not just a software revolution.
Because the demand just outstripped all the forecasts.
By a huge margin. The energy needed for these high-density GPU workloads is just exponentially higher than for, running a simple website.
Can you explain that? What makes a high-density GPU workload so different?
It's power and heat. A traditional data center might have hundreds of servers. An AI data center packs thousands of these super hot, power-hungry accelerators into the same space.
So they need massive power feeds and, liquid cooling?
Often, yes. Just to stop them from melting. These systems are designed to run at 100% capacity for weeks on end during a training run.
And the result was this. Furious race. You had hyperscalers, governments, private capital, all fighting over land and power contracts.
And location became critical again. You couldn't just build anywhere. You needed to be close to a major energy source like a hydroelectric dam and have massive fiber connectivity.
Geopolitical stability suddenly becomes a key investment factor.
It does. It's hard to pretend it's all just abstract software in the cloud when your biggest limit is the capacity of the nearest power grid. That was the big lesson of 2025.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so from the physical layer, let's move up to the operational layer. How did this tech actually mature inside companies?
This is where we saw the rise of the AI agent.
And an agent is different from a large language model.
Very different. An LLM is the brain. It can reason, it can write. But an agent is the whole system. It's a piece of software that can plan, execute tasks across different apps, and even coordinate with other systems.
So it's like going from a really smart calculator to hiring a team of digital employees.
That's a great way to put it. Instead of a human using a tool prompt by prompt, we move to this idea of a human AI team that's embedded right into a workflow.
And they're just running continuously.
Continuously. In newsrooms writing first drafts, in research labs running simulations. That's what pushed enterprise adoption past the point of no return in mid-2025.
Why then? Why was that the inflection point?
Because delaying AI integration stopped being a cautious business decision and started being a measurable competitive drag.
You could actually see the companies that waited falling behind.
Exactly. And that forced leadership to get intentional. It meant moving past.
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
The generic, off-the-shelf co-pilots everyone was playing with.
So organizations started building their own custom AI stacks.
They had to. They needed models fine-tuned on their own data, following their own rules, and aligned with their strategic goals. AI stopped being a tech feature and became a board-level conversation.
And when it gets to the board, you have to confront the human impact. The sources say this reshaped white-collar roles faster than anyone predicted.
It did. We saw this rapid creation of totally new jobs needed to manage this new infrastructure of intelligence.
You're talking about roles like AI operators or prompt engineers.
And model auditors who check for compliance, and agent designers who build the actual workflows. It's not just about learning a new tool.
It's about participating in a whole new structure of work.
And the single most important takeaway, the one you really have to let sink in, is the conclusion the entire industry came to. It wasn't that AI replaces people.
It's that people who work with AI replace those who don't.
That's it. That is the stark reality of the job market now.
Wow. That really shifts the burden of adaptation, doesn't it? Okay, so as AI becomes this unavoidable infrastructure, the need for guardrails, that also becomes unavoidable. Let's talk governance.
Right. 2025 was the year governance moved beyond these abstract academic debates about ethics.
And became, what, actual enforceable rules?
Enforceable frameworks, yeah. Which sounds boring, but it was crucial because it created a clear structure for liability. The conversation went from, should we do this, to how must we do this to be compliant.
So the regulation, even with all the friction it adds, it brought a kind of clarity.
A vital clarity. It was a signal that AI had reached societal scale. Responsible AI went from a marketing phrase to a hard operational requirement with audits and checklists.
And that operational clarity, I guess it lets leaders look up at the more distant horizon.
Exactly. The source touches on two of those big horizon topics, AGI and quantum computing.
With AGI, artificial general intelligence, the talk has shifted away from pure sci-fi.
It has. Now it's focused more on the structure of the complex agent-based systems we're already building. And in parallel, you have quantum.
Which is still quietly advancing. We're not at general-purpose quantum computers yet.
Not even close. But 2025 really confirmed the value of these hybrid quantum classical approaches. They're already being used to tackle very specific, very hard problems in optimization and simulation that classical computers just can't solve.
So AGI and quantum, they're kind of the North Star for long-term planning, even if they aren't in the day-to-day budget.
Precisely. They shape how you think about the ultimate limits of intelligence.
Okay, that is a powerful summary of 2025. Let's transition now to the 2026 mandate. If 2025 was about adoption, Armani says 2026 will be defined by one word: discipline.
The era of hype is over. The first mandate for 2026 is the rise of measurement.
Meaning what? Fewer cool demos?
Fewer demos, more deployments, and more demand for clear return on investment. Investors and executives want to see the numbers.
Why now? Was the investment just blind before?
It was a strategic bet on future capability. Now that the capability is installed, it has to generate real value to justify the massive cost, especially for the infrastructure we just talked about.
So credibility in 2026 isn't about potential, it's about proven performance.
It's about benchmarking, evaluation frameworks, transparency. You have to prove it works reliably.
Prediction number 2 builds on the agent idea. Agents become core digital workers.
This is the difference between a tool and a staff member. We're talking about persistent software that manages entire processes end-to-end, coordinating across the whole company.
And this is where companies will really start to differentiate themselves.
Absolutely. The generic models won't be enough for a competitive advantage anymore. The winners will build proprietary, domain-specific agent frameworks.
Mandate 3, governance moves into the C-suite. It's no longer just a legal team problem.
No, AI risk moves to the executive level. We'll see the chief AI officer role become standard with real board-level accountability. Trust stops being a soft concept and becomes a measurable advantage.
Okay, let's circle back to the biggest constraint for mandate number 4. Energy and compute will define the winners.
The sources are crystal clear on this. The biggest bottleneck in 2026 won't be talent. It won't even be the models. It will be power.
That's a
Raw electricity. It's the cold, hard physics of it all. Energy availability and compute efficiency will decide which companies and which countries can actually scale. It's why you're seeing huge investment in more efficient chips, sure, but also in energy generation and grid modernization.
And finally, prediction number 5, deep impact in specialized fields.
Yes. The last couple of years were about general productivity, writing emails, making slides. 2026 is where AI moves from convenience to deep consequence.
In what areas?
The source highlights 3, drug discovery and life sciences, where AI can model molecular interactions, climate modeling, and, critically, media intelligence and verification.
Which is becoming a huge national security issue.
A massive one.
So to synthesize all this for you, the listener, the structural dependence of AI on physical limits is now locked in.
And leadership in this new era, it belongs to those who build with intention, govern with clarity, and invest with fierce discipline in that underlying capacity.
The message from the AI World Journal is unequivocal. AI isn't a future question anymore. It's a question of physical and strategic leadership today.
And the competitive reality is, well, it's stark. If you wait now, you'll be playing catch-up for years, trying to bid for compute that's already been claimed.
So here's the final thought, and it connects right back to that core constraint. If the single biggest bottleneck for AI in 2026 is power and energy, not algorithms, not even the newest model, what does that mean?
Where does the real opportunity lie?
Exactly. What hidden non-algorithmic industries are now poised to be the most critical drivers of the next decade of innovation? If everything hinges on grid stability and specialized cooling, are the biggest opportunities now in energy infrastructure, in construction, in utility management, and not actually in software development?
That's a fascinating thought. It implies that the companies controlling the flow of electrons into the data center might be a more valuable strategic bet than the companies writing the code inside it.
Something for you to chew on as you plan for the era of discipline. That's it for this deep dive. We hope this roadmap helps you navigate 2026. Until next time, stay well informed.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.